Hello viewers, I'm your host Lipakshi Khurana with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show. India and Sri Lanka took a significant step forward in enhancing their trade, cultural and strategic connections during Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe's two-day visit to India. Colombo has chosen to strengthen its ties by designating the Indian currency as its foreign currency. Additionally, the adoption of India's UPI model will help streamline the payment system in Sri Lanka. These two nations have been prominent allies in South Asia, fostering a strong bond through frequent visits and collaborative endeavours in areas such as energy and security.
Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe visited India for the first time since assuming office after Gotabaya Rajapakse's departure due to economic crisis-related protests in Sri Lanka. The visit followed President Wickremesinghe's recent statement affirming that he would not permit his country's land or water to be utilized against India. During the visit, both nations signed several agreements covering areas such as culture, communication, tourism, connectivity, security and currency. Additionally, they reached mutual understandings on various matters.
हमने तय किया है कि दोनों देशों के बीच इलेक्ट्रिसिटी ग्रिड्स को कनेक्ट करने के काम को तेजी से आगे बढ़ाया जाएगा। भारत और श्रीलंका के बीच पेट्रोलियम पाइपलाइन के लिए फिजिबिलिटी स्टडी की जाएगी। इसके अलावा एक लैंड ब्रिज की फिजिबिलिटी को भी जांचने का निर्णय लिया गया। आज श्रीलंका में यूपीआई को लॉन्च करने के लिए हुए समझौते से फिनटेक कनेक्टिविटी भी बढ़ेगी।
In what could be referred to as one of the biggest victories of the Digital India campaign, Sri Lanka will now be using UPI-based system to settle transactions in the country. India and Sri Lanka will also focus on grid connectivity between the two countries, port development and renewable energy projects, largely in the northern parts of the island. Last year, India gave aid worth almost $4 billion, including currency support, deferred payment of loans and lines of credit for emergency purchases of food, fuel and medicines to Sri Lanka. During a joint press conference, the Sri Lankan president thanked PM Modi for the support rendered by India during Sri Lanka's recent economic crisis.
I have conveyed to Prime Minister Modi and to the government and the people of India a profound appreciation for the solidarity and support rendered to Sri Lanka in what was undoubtedly the most challenging period in our modern history.
India and Sri Lanka share a long-standing and multifaceted relationship deeply rooted in historical, cultural and economic ties. Geographical proximity has fostered extensive people-to-people contact and cultural exchanges. Bilateral trade and investment have steadily increased, with India being one of Sri Lanka's significant trading partners. Both nations collaborate closely on regional and international forums promoting stability and prosperity in South Asia. However, occasional challenges, particularly concerning issues like fishing rights in the Pak Strait, have arisen, but both countries have consistently worked to address these matters amicably through dialogue and diplomacy. Overall, India and Sri Lanka's relationship reflects a strong commitment to mutual respect, cooperation and shared interests.
Moving on, the historical ties between India and Nepal have fostered a strong bond characterized by thriving trade, cultural exchange and deep-rooted connections between their people. In recent years, this relationship has been revitalized, with India playing a pivotal role in enhancing Nepal's energy capacity and connectivity. The acts of goodwill, like one witnessed recently, the donation of ambulances and buses, exemplify the strengthening of ties between the two nations.
Government of India last Sunday gifted 43 ambulances and 50 school buses to Nepal under the Nepal-India Development Partnership Program. Amid a ceremony held in the embassy premises, Nepal's Minister for Science, Education and Technology handed over the keys to beneficiary organizations in presence of Indian ambassador to Nepal. Addressing the event, Minister Ashok Rai thanked the Indian government for vehicular support, stating it would facilitate students during their studies.
हाम्रो विद्यालयहरू चाहिँ नि विगतमा म्यापिङ नगरिकन खोलियो। तिनीहरूलाई अहिले हामीले चाहिँ नि म्यापिङ गरेर मर्जरमा लाने प्रक्रिया हामीले सुरु गरेका छौं। त्यसले गर्दा पनि मर्जरमा गइसकेपछि 2 वा 2 भन्दा बढी विद्यालयहरू मिलिसकेपछि एक ठाउँमा भएपछि दूरी अलिकति बढ्न गएको छ। विद्यालय पुग्ने बच्चाहरूलाई विद्यालय जाने दूरी अलिकति बढेको छ, जसको कारणले गर्दाखेरि विद्यालयहरूलाई यातायातको साधन बसहरूको चाहिँ नि आवश्यकता अलिकन बढेर गएको अवस्था छ। त्यसको प्रतिबिम्ब हो बसको माग चाहिँ नि अलिकन बढेर गएको छ र आगामी दिनमा पनि भारत सरकारको यो सहयोग हामीले यो दूतावास मार्फत निरन्तर प्राप्त गरिरहनेछौं र शिक्षा र स्वास्थ्य क्षेत्रमा नेपाली जनता लाभान्वित भइरहनेछन् भन्ने मैले विश्वास लिएको छु र फेरि एकपटक
Since the Nepal-India Development Partnership Program came into force in 1994, India has been continuously providing Nepal a support of one kind or the other. Since then, India has gifted a total of 974 ambulances and 234 school buses. India has always maintained that Nepal is one of the closest allies of India. Announcing continued support in health and education sector, the Indian ambassador to Nepal, Naveen Srivastav, promised to raise the number of school buses in the days to come.
इस तरह से स्कूलों का मैपिंग हो रहा है, स्कूलों के साथ साथ मिलाया जा रहा है। हम भी देख रहे हैं कि आजकल स्कूल बसों की जो डिमांड है, जो चाहना है, वह बढ़ गई है और इसी को देखते हुए पिछले वर्ष भी और इस वर्ष भी और आगे के वर्षों में भी स्कूल बसों की तादाद एम्बुलेंस के बजाय ज़्यादा होगी। हमें भारतीय दूतावास को, भारतीय सरकार को नेपाल में अपने मित्र, अपने सहयोगी भाई बहनों के साथ मिलकर काम करने के लिए और उनके विकास के लिए जो भी कार्य कर सकेंगे उसमें हम प्रतिबद्ध रहते हैं।
The relationship between India and Nepal dates back centuries, rooted in shared historical, cultural and religious ties. Over the decades, trade between India and Nepal has flourished, with both countries benefiting from the exchange of goods and services. India has been actively supporting Nepal in its quest to enhance its energy capacity, recognizing the significance of a stable and robust power supply for the nation's economic growth. Several joint projects have been undertaken aimed at improving Nepal's energy infrastructure and harnessing its vast hydropower potential. Such collaborative efforts have not only strengthened the energy security of Nepal, but have also reinforced the spirit of cooperation between the two neighboring nations. Connectivity has also been a crucial focus of India-Nepal relations. The improvement of transport links and cross-border connectivity has been pivotal in enhancing regional integration and promoting economic prosperity. Various infrastructure projects such as roadways and border checkpoints have been initiated to facilitate smoother movement of goods and people.
And Pakistan, a country plagued by escalating violence and insecurity, finds itself teetering on the edge of chaos. The recent tragic attack in Peshawar, which killed and wounded innocents, serves as a grim reminder of the growing dangers within its borders. While the nation grapples with the aftermath, questions arise about its role in cultivating extremism and terrorism. Pakistan is already accused of serving as a sanctuary for the world's most feared militants, including 2611 mastermind Hafiz Saeed and Sajid Mir.
Last week, a suicide bombing near a paramilitary truck in Peshawar left 2 persons dead, 8 others injured. Tehreek-e-Jihad Pakistan, a recently formed jihadist organization, claimed responsibility for the explosion. Since revoking a ceasefire agreement with the government in late 2022, jihadist militants have increased their attacks, including the bombing of a mosque in the northwest city of Peshawar earlier this year that left over 100 people dead.
जिसमें फ्रंटियर कोर की गाड़ी को निशाना बनाया गया है। अपेरेंटली अभी तक जितना हमने असेस किया है ये एक BBID भी हो सकता है। बाकी जावियों के ऊपर भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रही है। इसमें हमारे पास काउंटर टेररिज्म डिपार्टमेंट, हमारी जो यहाँ पे इलाके की पुलिस है और बाकी तमाम एजेंसीज जो हैं उनकी सपोर्ट भी है और हम इसको डिफरेंट एंगल से अभी इन्वेस्टिगेट करें।
The recent deadly attack in Peshawar, claiming the lives of 2 innocent individuals, has cast a dark shadow over Pakistan's security landscape, raising alarm bells among its citizens and the international community. As the nation faces growing concerns over internal radicalization and terrorism, Pakistan finds itself at a critical juncture, grappling with the consequences of nurturing extremism within its border for decades. The attack in Peshawar serves as a stark testament to the escalating insecurity plaguing the country. The nation's long-standing history of harboring radicals and terrorists in its own backyard has come under renewed scrutiny, challenging the very foundations of its security apparatus.
इस इंसिडेंट में 6 जो हमारे जवान हैं फ्रंटियर कोर के वो जख्मी हुए हैं, उनको अस्पताल में शिफ्ट कर दिया गया है। उनका वहाँ पे इलाज मुआवजा जो है वहाँ पे चल रहा है।
Experts warn that Pakistan's complex geopolitical dynamics and its status has a safe haven for some of the world's most dreaded global terrorists demand urgent and comprehensive action. Pakistan's deep state of army, which rules the roost in the country, is accused of working overtime to prepare terrorists who serve as assets to it, in order to launch terror attacks in neighboring India and Afghanistan. However, not every time Pakistan has reaped the favorable dividends. Sometimes its endeavors have proven counterproductive. The country has lost several of its citizens to terror turncoats. The situation is increasingly growing grim in Pakistan, and the international community is closely observing Islamabad's response to this critical issue. Diplomatic pressure is mounting for Pakistan to demonstrate its commitment to eradicating terrorism from its soil and to ensure that its territory is not misused by violent non-state actors with transnational ambitions. As Pakistan navigates the treacherous path towards stability and peace, its citizens hold their breath, yearning for a brighter and a safer future.
And time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
เสียความรู้สึกครับมันยังไงโดนกลั่นแกล้งทุกอย่างอยากให้นิธาเป็นนายกเศรษฐกิจจะได้ดีทุกวันนี้เศรษฐกิจก็แย่ถามว่าโกรธไหมก็โกรธอะครับแต่สุดท้ายเราก็ทำอะไรไม่ได้เราก็ได้แต่ว่าขอให้เขาเห็นหัวพวกเราสักนิดหนึ่งก็ยังดีครับ
Land of Diversity showcases its vibrant culture through captivating art and crafts. One such example is Lambani embroidery, known for its colorful threads and ornamental accessories. Recently, this craft achieved a Guinness World Record during India's presidency of the G20's third Culture Working Group meeting. Join us as we explore this fascinating handicraft.
An intricate embellishment of multicolored threadworks characterized by small ornamental mirrors along with patchwork is quintessential to Lambani women's attire. Lambada embroidery, also known as Lambani or Sandur Lambani embroidery, is often practiced by the Banjara tribes of Bellary and Bijapur in Karnataka and Hyderabad in Andhra Pradesh. It is also believed that the Lambani tribe, which has spread itself across Karnataka and other states, were once nomadic tribes that all the way came from Afghanistan to Rajasthan and then to other parts of the country ages ago. The community has garnered much appreciation due to its exotic piece of embroidery work in India, and now the Lambani embroidered textiles are leaving an impression at the global level also. The recent Guinness World Record for the largest display of Lambani items during the 3rd Culture Working Group meeting of the G20 in Hampi mesmerized the guests.
हमारे काम वो बहुत काम रहते, महीने रहते, 15 दिन होते, 8 दिन में छोटा काम रहा तो 8 दिन में करते, ये करिया तो 1 वर्ष जाना हमारे को ये होता वो 1 वर्ष, हाँ 12 महीना होता, पूरा ड्रेस बनाना का तो ये बनाया तो 15 दिन में बनाते हैं.
The handicraft is not just a source of income for the Lambani tribes, but a reflection of their emotional associations and the passion for vibrant colors. Apart from adding details like colorful thread patterns, mirror works, metal beads, coins, or kauri to embroider the pieces of fabrics, the community also invests in creating other wonderful items such as bed sheets, cushion covers, bags, wall hangings, mobile phone covers, and even styled ready-to-wear garments. The visitors were hooked to these exotic and vivid handmade designs during the program.
ये लोगों को साड़ी पे कैसा काम करना, दुपट्टे पे कैसा काम करना या ब्लाउज पे कैसा काम करना, और शहर में जो लोग कुशन कवर वगैरह यूज़ करते हैं और लेडीज़ लोग बैग यूज़ करते हैं, पर्स यूज़ करते हैं, उनके लिए इनको कैसा एम्ब्रॉयडरी करना चाहिए और उनको कौन सा कलर पसंद है, ये सब उनको मैंने समझाया. फिर इनके गांव में मैं 15 दिन रहा, फिर है कि इनको पूरा जानकारी दी, उनको पूरा ट्रेनिंग दी. फिर उसके बाद स्लोली धीरे धीरे इनके पूरा मन में समझ में आया कि हम लोग ऐसा करना चाहिए. ऐसा मैंने उनको फुल ट्रेन देती हूँ.
To enhance their skills and revive the traditional craftsmanship of the community and ensure a steady income for them, Kushal Kala Kendra is constantly working and promoting their aesthetics. Around 600 artisans are skillfully stitching together small pieces of discarded fabric to create a beautiful Lambani craft daily.
मैं उनको कैसे समझाती हूँ, और वीकली एक टाइम 20 लोगों के बीच में एक सुपरवाइजर रहती है यहाँ पे, और उनको पूरा मैं समझा के फिर गांव में आके उन लोग आर्टिजन को समझाते हैं कि ऐसा करना है, ये इतना दिन में करना है, ये ऑर्डर का है या अपना मार्केट का है, सब समझा के उसके बाद यहाँ लाते हैं. बंडल धागा मिरर मार्किंग के साथ बंडल बांध के इन लोगों को हम देते हैं.
Encapsulating the essence of Vasudev Kutumbakam, demonstrating a testament to the power of unity in diversity and harmonious coexistence among different cultures, the display program was led under its Culture Unites All campaign. As a part of syndicated effort, 450 Lambani artisans and other cultural practitioners came together to create 1,755 unique embroidery patches, marking their highest ever while making a Guinness World Record. The rich embroidery tradition of the Lambani community is anticipated to bring numerous business opportunities from across the world.
एक रूप से हमारे लिए एक बहुत बड़ा मौका था, और हमारे जो कम्युनिटी है लंबानी, जो बहन लोग जो काम करते हैं, जो लेडीज़ काम करते हैं, उनके लिए एक नया अवसर मिला. तो हमको बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि हम लोगों ने कल G20 के जो CWG हम्पी में जो हुआ उसमें हम लोगों ने वो वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड को अकम्प्लिश किया. और होपफुली इससे ग्लोबल में हमारा नाम बढ़ेगा, भारत का नाम बढ़ेगा, हमारा संडूर कला केंद्र का नाम बढ़ेगा, तो हमको अच्छा मौका मिलेगा।
The craftsmanship of the colourful Lambani community is mere glimpse of India's rich tradition and cultural creativity. However, there are multiple examples of such art pieces that would leave you awestruck at first glance.
While India is home to a number of such arts, with that we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.